Well, Kris, maybe we can start on a lighter note. Just what's going on the ice and how special of a day it is for you group.
It's a tremendous day, and obviously the kids coming out, there's big smiles on their face. But I know with our players, there's a lot of smiles on their face, and this is something that they really enjoy, and know it's a worthwhile cause. And like I said, there's a lot of smiles on their faces.
I know you guys take your job and your results very seriously, but does a day like this kind of put everything into perspective for you guys as athletes and coaches?
Well, absolutely, and everyone's going through something at some time, and you see these families right now, and going through some hard times, but still enjoying life and definitely enjoying the day. So, I think puts everything in perspective, and knowing that a loss isn't that important.
Just to follow up on the win yesterday and Evan Bouchard, all the conversation you had about him, is there an underrated component of his game that you feel like Kris doesn't get talked about enough?
Oh, not for me. I know how good he is. I know what he brings to this team. Maybe for other people who don't see him all the time, last game was, might have been his best game as a NHL player. But he's been doing it. Maybe not 3 goals, 3 assists every night, but he's been doing it at the highest stakes. Like you look at him performing in the playoffs when it's harder to perform, and he's been setting the bar very high. And then last night, obviously, was a career night, and but for what he does, it doesn't surprise me because I do appreciate what he does, and I know how good he is.
I know you touched on this last night about Matt Savoy and just kind of the season he's having, but I'm wondering if you can expand a little bit on what he's brought to this team.
Yeah, Matt's been a very solid player for us this year, and you never know exactly what to expect. And, a young player who had a great season last year in the American League, but coming to the NHL, different level is different circumstances. And, when we started the season, we thought, okay, he's going to be on this team and he's going to have this role, some power play, penalty kill, but we thought there'd be more dips just because being a young player coming in the league, it's hard to maintain a high-level play consistently. And, he's done a fabulous job at that. And, we thought there'd be nights where we should probably give him a night off, let him reset, come back. But, he hasn't needed that. His game has been pretty at a high level. And, maybe in a stretch I'm not scoring goals, but his play never hurt us. And, I think he was always being able to find ways to help our team, with his energy, his forechecking, and obviously he's been an important part of our penalty kill. So Matt's been for his first full NHL year, he's been, I think it's been a good surprise for us.
What do you attribute that kind of consistency to? Because like you said, the jump from the AHL to the NHL is pretty significant.
Well, I think most importantly, he's a good hockey player. It's not that he's just lightning in a bottle. He's shown he's a top NHL draft pick. He went to the American League, put his time in there, and showed that he can be a good hockey player at that level. And now the next level is come to the NHL and be able to play your game. And we put him in many different roles: left wing, right wing, checking, penalty kill, some power play, and I think he's handled that really well. So, he's still a young player, and he's still going to continue to get better. But right now we're very happy where his game's at.
Kris, is there a chance that Kaepernick can play tomorrow?
Yeah, there's a chance, but it's not certain. When the injury happened, initially in the previous, it was like a 5 to 6 week injury, and when this happened, it was more of a 1 to 2 week injury. So right now he's at the point where it's day to day.